Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to introduce Mr. Jeffrey Hall.
Fellow graduates, faculty, administration, friends, and family. I am incredibly honored and humbled to address my peers in Commack's graduating class of 2013. Before I say anything else, I want us to think about middle school graduation. I promise that you won't hear me, or hopefully anyone else, quote, the climb at this graduation ceremony. But really, high school was the mountain, and we really did make it move. The last 13 years of my life, and by extension, our lives together, seem to elude me when I try to think of them as a singular unit. If our experiences as a class were a book, we wouldn't be able to skim through it and say that we've truly felt its weight. Only by examining our scattered memories in their greater context can we not only try to understand our past, but more importantly, feel our history. We have been writing and writing and writing the stories of our past for 13 years, only lifting the pen to jump into a summer pool, or to get 5 hours of sleep if we're lucky, or to get a moment of solace in the afternoon before a big game or a music rehearsal. We keep writing. Although it is tedious, and sometimes our hands cramp when it feels like too much, we seem to have run out of words, and our hearts feel numb, we keep writing. But what I've found is that when you don't stop, when you hold onto that pen with vigor, beauty will eventually emerge from the nonsense, from the ugly, from the heartbreaking. We have been writing and living ceaselessly, and our hearts have beat in rhythms that will parade through the rest of our lives. When do we stop to view the beauty we have created? The time is now. Now we lift our pens and rest them just for a moment. Now we think, who are these people sitting next to me? How has their presence affected my life and mine theirs? How do these people make me feel? I'd like to emphasize the importance of feeling. We constantly see the quantification of people. GPA, standardized test scores, net worth. It's impossible to be surrounded by this quantification and not wonder if life can be so mathematical. Here's the thing, it's not. What we give to other people is not always returned. What we receive from other people can get messy in our heads, and a reaction can surprise us. We can only control what we send out to the world. What we receive is the great variable. For this reason, there can never be a definite, balanced input and output. Remember the way people make you feel, for your judgment depends upon it. Remember that when you throw your heartstrings into the world, that people have the choice to treat you in a way that makes you feel safe and happy. Remember that you too are on the receiving end of people's sentiments, and that is a powerful place. We have shared so much with each other. Our time, feelings, resilient hope, love, all of these shared things we've built together. For the last 13 years, we have written them as stars above us that are much larger than the sum of our parts, but smaller from the angle of graduation. As we walk on our new paths, let those stars shine in your peripheral vision. As we write new stories, let those words act as a preface to the rest of your life. But then comes the issue, the next story. All we can do is reflect on the past, but now we feel the possibility of the future. In the story of your life, how do you want to remember yourself? When it is late at night, and the sunset seems from a distant past, and the sunrise won't come soon enough, and you just want your mind to be quiet, will you be proud of your story, of your life? I therefore urge you to live with integrity. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Integrity is simply being honest with yourself. Make choices that make you smile at the end of the day. Some of my fondest high school memories have been quiet and simple and spontaneous. But they are my favorite because I was living in the moment. Nothing else mattered to me besides the present. Some of these memories have merely been conversations, sitting with a friend in the car on the side of the road as the sun sets, talking for hours, losing track of time. And I can't believe I'm saying this now, but the risk I'm most thankful for in high school has been the one that I failed not once, but twice. I learned that it's not the journey that matters, but the outcome. It's the journey that matters, I'm sorry, not the And the direction of your dreams is allowed to change. But I lived with integrity, and for that, I'm proud of myself. Whatever you do, own your actions. If you want to sleep in until noon, if you stayed up all night finishing your extended essay that was due 5 months ago, and somehow you got away with it, then do it. Listen to what your body and mind want. Don't stray too far from what you feel. They are your stories to hold for as long as you need them. There's a reason why I keep talking about stories, and it's not just because I really like them. I'm tired of language and communication being overshadowed by STEM fields: science, technology, engineering, and math. I need to preface the rest of my ideas by saying that I not only respect, but admire those who devote their lives to these fields. You are doing something that for some reason doesn't jive with my brain. It's not natural to me, and I have to work to understand the nuances of them. That does not mean that they're useless or of no importance to me. Quite the opposite, as I think everyone should try learning something that does not come naturally to him or her. I have to admit that this topic, the importance of the humanities, is a personal one to me, and I need to say it both for validation and to spread my message. I know that it would be easier, in terms of correlation between course of study and occupation, to let's say study computer science and then work for Apple. And of course, I'm a bit frustrated that my life can never be that straightforward. See, I think that's the thing that eludes most people, that I know what will make my life easy and what will make my life difficult. I think it scares people a little bit that I've floated through hundreds of times and I'm still taking the difficult path. However, I do know that difficult paths are not impossible, and I am equipped with powerful tools along the way. All of the things I have accomplished have been accomplished with difficulty and resilience. And when I have failed on difficult paths, I have been more fortunate for the realizations that have come from the failure than I ever would have been for the possibility of traditional success. I know that the study of the humanities, language, literature, history, may not seem practical, but it is the study of what it means to be alive. This is what thrills me. I, just like everybody else, did not ask to be put on Earth, but now we are here, and I'd rather ask questions and try to answer them than dedicate my whole life to making money. I have given thought to that, though, and here's my answer to the question, but what in the world will you do with a, useless degree? One of my adult mentors once told me that I have the ability to take abstract, grand ideas and translate them for the whole world to understand. It's something that I'll take with me forever, and I'm keeping it in mind when thinking about communication. As Laura said so eloquently before, life is about learning, and the skills that come from any type of learning are all necessary for the world to be functioning. What would the world be like if there were no translators, or writers, or humanist thinkers? I don't want to know, so I want to make sure that the motor of the human world never stops running. What I'm trying to say is that there's a place in this world for everyone. Don't let anyone make you feel otherwise. There was a time when we all believed it, too. Search for that feeling of community, even if it takes traveling on the wrong roads. Fuel your own motor with stories. They are what we use used to tell our classmates at lunch in elementary school when we had nothing else to talk about and we wanted to make friends. They'll make us laugh when we come home from college and we want to explain our lives to our high school friends. They will hold us together next year. When we want to recapture the past, it will just be a thought away. My hope for all of you, wherever you end up, is that you live your stories. I hope your life is stream of consciousness beauty, lucid and vivid, a portrait of your mind. And when you feel that you're ready to stop writing, I hope you place your stories in the cracks of your hands to grow so you can touch the world with a story. I hope those stories make you proud. I can't wait to hear them. Thank you and congratulations, class.
Thank you, Jeffrey. And now to officially present class of 2015.